Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to the Scotty B Show. I know this is a last minute thing. Um, sorry, I'm trying to last minute thing. It is a couple stories that I want to cover that I find really interesting. I know the thumbnail probably doesn't do it justice, but anyway, I'm gonna do it anyway. So I found this story, Yahoo News, and it says a woman praised her husband and relationship goals after he swapped shoes with her so she wouldn't get blisters from the heels while on vacation, and it's gone viral. So Adelia, the wife, who goes by the username Adelia Laughs on TikTok, shared an adorable video of her husband wearing her lime green platform sandals while navigating a cobblestone street on Wednesday. In the clip, the TikToker's husband, who was also holding her tote bag, could be seen wearing the heeled sandals with a striped polo shirt, khaki shorts, and a belt while walking in front of her. Adelia then briefly showed her own outfit, which consisted of a dress and the black flip flops that her husband was wearing but swapped with her. Now, when he switches shoes with you so you don't get blisters on vacation, she wrote in a text caption on the video, which was set to the song of Touch Tank by Quinny. In the caption, she added, and the tote bag. As of Thursday, the video has been viewed more than 850,000 times, with viewers praising Adelia's husband for the sweet gesture. One viewer said, I don't even like men, but this is a perfect man. While another said, this is what everyone should look for in a partner, secure, thoughtful, and loving. And then another one wrote, every day my standards get higher. Others shared their happiness for Adelia, with some else writing, this is so fucking wholesome. I'm so happy for you. Another one said, this is so attractive. Go you. To which Adelia replied, thank you. Adelia's husband's ability to walk in the heels also impressed viewers, with many Adelia's followers applauding the strut. He's walking so good too, one person commented, on Nantucket cobblestone nonetheless. As for whether Adelia's husband got blisters from wearing the platform sandals for their mile-long walk, the TikToker revealed in the comments that he was okay because the shoes fit him differently. This is not the first time Adelia has publicly praised her partner. She previously expressed her gratitude for her husband in a video shared last month, in which she shared her happiness over finding a partner who accepts her body the way it is. She said, now that I have a partner who accepts my body the way it is, I wonder why I wasted so much time trying to be anything but myself or anyone. She wrote alongside a video of the couple, adding in the caption, you deserve the world, babies. So here's a picture. Hopefully you can see it. This is the gentleman walking here. Okay, he's got the green flip flop. What they call their higher up flip flops. Those were the ones she was wearing, and now she's wearing the black flat bottom flip flops that he was wearing, so her feet won't get blistered for a mile long walk. I'm just interested in how many guys would actually do this. Oh, geez, are you kidding me? You guys haven't seen this. I got to add to the stream. So here's the picture. I apologize. Lynn, hello, Gomor Hike, hello, Robert, hello, Ira. So here's the picture. I apologize. I thought I was sharing the screen. So here's the picture. This is the guy on the left. He's wearing the green flip-flops. They're high-rise. She's wearing the black ones. So he switched shoes with her so her feet would not get blistered. He's also carrying her tote bag, which is fine. It's a mile-long walk. Why would anybody in their right mind wear high-rise flip-flop shoes if you're walking that far in the first place, is my question. Now, asking all the guys out here, now that I'm hoping you can see this picture. I know it's a little far away, but those are the, I forget which, platform flip-flops. Okay, he's wearing those for her. Traded her so she didn't get her feet blistered. Now, from what she said, he did not get blistered on his feet because they fit his feet differently. Because, of course, he's got the man feet, which are bigger feet, so that they fit differently on him. Let me see if I can do this here. I am. The day for this one, for this first story that we're doing. Is that okay? Is that bad? Would you let your husband, your boyfriend, whatever, wear those shoes? I don't know. If there's any women that want to come up here and talk about it, please let me know. I have two gentlemen up here that want to talk about it. So let me add Robert to the stream, and let me bring Kingly Way up to the stream. Hello, King. Hello, Robert.
Hey, how's it going, Scotty?
Hello. All right. Go more hike. Said I wouldn't wear those shoes.
Wait, what did Go More Hike say?
He said I would not wear those shoes.
Okay.
You believe him? Or do you think he'd wear them? I think he'd wear them.
Nah, he won't wear them.
You don't think he'd wear them? Not for his girl?
Nope.
Hello, Theo. Theo's too young. He wouldn't understand. Mm-hmm. Lynn, would you let your man wear your high heel flip-flops? Ira, would you let your man wear your high heel flip-flops? Would you want to change? Robert, would you wear them?
No, I'm good.
So is there an alternative to this? Do you think, King? Is there another way out of this without the man wearing those high heel flip-flops?
Oh, yeah, there's tons of alternatives.
Ira said it's up to me, and that ain't happening. It ain't happening. I ain't wearing them. That's guaranteed. Now, I'm happy for the guy. You know, he's carrying her heavy tote. I got that. That's a good thing. You know, they're shopping for the day. They're on vacation. Mm-hmm. I get it. But when you know you're going to be walking a couple miles, those are not walking shoes. To me, flip-flops, no flip-flops are walking shoes because I don't like wearing flip-flops anyway. So if I ever go over to Asian country, I'm wearing my boots, and that's the way it is.
Yeah. Well, she thought she'd get new shoes because she was shopping.
Well, apparently she didn't, because he had to wear those for a mile.
Yeah.
No way, King?
Oh, hell no. We'll use other options, or we'll bring the extra pair with you.
What are the other options? Give me another option.
We can, we have to. Taxi at home, we'll taxi at home.
Well, how about going if your car's there, or maybe they don't, you know, they're on vacation. Maybe they got a rental car, maybe not.
I'll just have the driver come by if possible, or else. But of course, in Southeast Asia, most of them can still walk barefoot. They do it anyways.
Yeah, and cobblestone like that is on the picture there. It's not very hot. I mean, even in the summertime, it gets warm, but it's not like asphalt where it's going to burn your feet.
Mm-hmm.
Now, maybe her dress was, well, she's wearing the flat flip flops, so her dress ain't too long that it's going to be dragging.
Yeah.
But
plus, feet must be big too, according to what you read.
Well, look at his feet. They're out, his heel isn't too far off of that shoe.
Yeah. And
either he's got small feet or she's got big feet, one or the other.
Yeah. Well, especially when you read an article, he accepts me for how my body looks. So what does that tell you?
Right. Yeah. She's could be a larger woman, I guess.
Yeah. She's not going to be a petite Asian woman in Asia, you know?
Yeah, because most Asian girls are going to have like a size 3 or 4 shoe.
Yeah. So there's no way we're going to fit in most of those shoes anyway. So.
Well, they're flip flops, so you can get your toes in there.
Yeah. Plus, if you're walking there, you could go get something there if push comes to shove.
Yeah, that's another thing. I mean, it's a vacation spot there, but there's got to be a shoe place around there someplace.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even if it's wooden shoes.
Yeah.
Because as a guy, I'm not wearing those platform flip flops.
No.
But I would have a closed shoe anyway myself. I'm not a flip flop guy, so.
Yeah. Only thing I'm gonna do is I'll help carry the heavy stuff. That's what.
Right.
I will do, but no, I ain't wearing that.
Yeah, you're right, Ira. Ira says heels are only for women. But, you know, when you know you're going to be walking all day, why would a woman wear heels?
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
That's another thing, you know, and I would point that out to her that you what is that called? You made your bed, now you got to lay in it. I mean, you're the one that wore those shoes knowing we're going to be walking all day on vacation.
Yeah.
And if the shoes are not comfortable in the first place, why did you buy them?
Yeah. Why do we have to fix her problem? Problem she created.
Right.
No.
So, Robert, how would you handle it?
Well,
Let me get you
if
in
shopping.
trouble. Come on, me and King are going to get in trouble. Let me hear you say.
If they're shopping, you buy new shoes.
Buy some new shoes, yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't even mentioned in the story, so you would think there'd be at least a tennis shoe place around there or something.
Yep.
Or bring a pair of walking shoes with you, especially if you're a lady carrying a bag.
Yeah, or you know, flip flops. A lot of times, at least I don't know where they're at right now, but here in the States, I mean, flip flops you can buy those pretty cheap anywhere. They got
Or in the
stylish
shopping
ones.
trip and go home.
Huh?
Or in the shopping trip and go home.
Yeah. But they're not home; they're on vacation, so
Back to their place.
take her back to the hotel and say, "Get your regular shoes." And
Yeah.
No, just stay there at that point.
well, I'm trying to understand because she said in the story here. Let me get down to it. I mean, lime green platform sandals. Who buys those anyway?
By the way, you said going back to like the comments. Of course, it's probably mostly women, but is there any of the men comments?
It doesn't give names. It just says one viewer said this, one person said that.
Mm-hmm. I take it there's not a lot of opposition to it because if it's her account, mostly majority fellow women.
Right.
Oh, right.
Right.
Because
Right.
most men will be scared to say this kind of stuff.
Well, I would say this comment is a guide because it says this is so effing wholesome.
Okay.
A woman usually isn't going to text that or comment like that.
Yeah.
The other one says, "This is so attractive, you go." So that's got to be a woman there.
Yeah.
But where my question is, any of you women might know out there and comment, is where's the blisters coming from? Is it because the shoes are not fitting her feet properly? Like, I mean, you get new shoes, you break them in, you get a little blister once in a while.
Yeah.
But these are sandals, these are open toes, open heel. So where's the blister going to come from?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah.
understand. That's what I don't understand.
Yeah. Usually, especially women, they'll be asking questions about their shoe. You figure that.
Women are what?
They should be asking about the shoe. Does this, cause that? Because especially when I go buy my Roadrunner shoes, I'm going through all of the sides of it, like, my
Right,
insoles fit my feet exactly the way my feet does, the way my feet pronates,
right.
you know.
Yeah, it's just, there's just a lot of questions for me. Like, apparently she didn't try the shoes after she bought them to see how comfortable they are for walking. Did she buy these shoes specifically for the vacation?
Mm-hmm.
Ira says a guy can wear heels if they're a gay or lady boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But so there's a lot of questions. If she bought them for that vacation, she bought the wrong shoe.
Yeah.
And if she's talking about getting blisters because the shoes don't fit her well, then why did you buy the shoes in the first place? Because you like lime green? I don't. I understand women have a different way of looking at some things.
It always
Iris,
takes me a few weeks to break in my shoes.
huh?
It always takes me a few weeks to break in my shoes.
Right.
Yeah.
But these are open toe, open heel. I mean, there should be no breaking in on these.
Yeah.
It's,
Yep.
it's just an open flip flop that's higher up.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. If she's getting blisters from where the toe thing comes through and the strap comes across your foot, then she bought the wrong shoe.
Yeah.
It's not fitting her feet.
Yeah. And of course, in the States, women or men, especially where we come from, some of us have wide feet.
Yeah, that's what I wear. I wear a wide shoe.
Yeah. So that could cost. So some of the flip flops, even if, they're beautiful, didn't check if it's meant for wide feet.
I doubt if they make flip flops for wide feet, do they?
I don't know. I know they make them for shoes, of course, at Skechers or where
Right.
I get mine.
So Ira says, I'm comfortable wearing a sneaker, rubber shoes, and combat shoes
Mm-hmm.
from her college days in the military training.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, the thing that throws me away is the blisters. Where are you getting the blisters from? I don't understand it because it's an open shoe. I've never got a blister from a flip flop.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody ever has. I mean, you guys wear them over there more, or in the Philippines more. If anybody's got a blister from their flip flops, let me know. But I can't imagine how you get a blister from flip flops.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you buy a flip flop that's a inch too small, they're not going to blister your feet. They're just, going to be a little uncomfortable. But
Yeah. If I break the flip, rip the sole.
right. So let me drop that one down.
Okay.
So I have another story here. Theo, we're not talking about pancakes.
Here, Dale, I got ramen. You hungry?
Okay, so let me bring this one up.
Okay.
Let me bring this story up. There we go. Okay, so this one is about a woman. Her husband and her father-in-law own a few restaurants, and this woman is managing one of the new restaurants. Now she posted on Reddit and asked a question. But here's what's going on. So to start the story off, I agree with this. There's 108 billion pounds of food, or 130 billion meals, which is worth more than $408 billion in food, is thrown out every year in the United States. And around 40% of food is wasted in this country. So, if so, what is wrong with taking food home that's going to get thrown away? All right, so this topic was highlighted on Reddit about a woman who fired an employee for taking leftover food from their shop. The employee is a single mother who sometimes skips meals to feed her child. So the author starts the post by saying that her husband and father in law have several sandwich shops spread across 2 states. Last year, they opened a shop in a new location, and she was in charge of the day to day operations. The author says their shop is closed on Sundays, so the leftover food from Saturday will be thrown out because it cannot be used for Monday. Although the author trusts the manager, she reviews the security camera footage for assurance. Recently, she learned on one Saturday night from the security camera footage that an employee took bread home, even though another employee saw this and didn't report it. The author confronted the employee who witnessed the incident because she had been working with them longer. She admitted that the other employee took the bread, but added that the amount she took was meager compared to that was thrown away. She said it was just someone trying to feed themselves. Then the author confronted the employee that took the bread. The employee apologized and explained that she was a single mother, wasn't making enough to make food stamps. She added that she couldn't buy enough food to feed a growing child and skipped food for herself. An employer needs to fire an employee when their lack of work ethic or behavior is affecting other employees. But the author didn't know this and fired the employee. She felt the employee stole from the shop and asked the manager to fire her. The manager was confused and asked whether she could just give the employee a warning. The author adds that she pays for her employee well. Now she is wondering whether she did the wrong thing by firing the employee.
Apparently not paying them well enough if she can't afford bread.
Well, that's just it. I mean, she's taking bread home.
Yeah.
She's not taking meat, sandwiches, or chicken, anything like that. So, I mean, was she wrong for firing this girl?
Now, going back to the article, you said that she didn't know the situation, or did she know?
Who's that? The author?
Yeah, like they just fired her without knowing this information about her.
No, she knew the situation because she talked to. Let's see here. She reviewed the security camera, and then she confronted an employee who's been with them longer about the incident.
Okay.
And the employee admitted that the other employee took the bread, but added that the amount she took was meager.
Which was going to be thrown in the trash anyways.
Absolutely.
I think it's just about being honest and stuff, and they
Yeah.
didn't trust him at that point. Because I think if they would have said, "Hey, can we have this bread to feed ourselves?" they would have had no problem with it. But they're probably thinking, if they're taking bread, what else are they taking?
Yeah, but obviously she's not there because she looked at security footage, so she wasn't there Saturday night. So I guess it would be up to the manager or something. And would the manager have the okay to do it? I mean, because this lady sounds like she's okay for coming out and asking on Reddit, did I do the wrong thing? I don't see any on here anyway. Let's see if I can bring up the comments. There were 721 comments.
Hey, John.
So some of these comments here, Lucille says she got fired for taking bread that was going to be thrown away. She should have been given the bread as well as the other employees.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy responded to that, says, like Robert, it's not her business. What if people were over making stuff on purpose and then saying they had to throw it away and took it home? Says, I would have fired her strictly on the fact that she was not honest. She stole from the company. But is she stealing from the company or is she stealing from the trash bin?
No.
Hey, Sean Williams.
Oh, hi, Jamie.
Hello, Jamie.
Yeah.
Jamie, I don't know if you heard the story or not.
Go
ahead, King.
Yeah, should have probably at least let the manager deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that part of it.
Yeah, and has she had a history of being dishonest? If she hasn't been, it's her first, whatever you call this, even if food's in the trash.
Hey, John.
This is fixable,
Well,
hey,
it is, but is it?
No.
I just think, okay, she was wrong. Okay, for not asking about it first.
Yeah.
But was she so wrong that she should have got fired? So I got a few people just come in. Let me read this story to you guys, John, Jamie. Real quick here. So what happened is, let me see here. So the author, who is also the manager, part owner of the sandwich shop, you guys, okay? Her shop is closed on Sundays, so all leftover food from Saturday will be thrown out because it's not used on Monday. Now she checks the security camera footage for insurance because she trusts her manager, but not that much. So recently, she learned on one Saturday night from the security camera footage that an employee took bread home, even though another employee saw this and didn't report it. The author confronted the employee who witnessed the incident because she had been working with them longer. She admitted that the other employee took the bread, but added that the amount she took was meager compared to that was thrown away, and that she was just trying to feed herself and her child. Then the author confronted the employee that took the bread. The employee apologized, explained that she was a single mother, wasn't making enough to make food stamps. She added that she couldn't buy enough food to feed her growing child and skip food for herself. So the question is, did that employee need to be fired, or did the boss overreact by firing her for taking bread home to help feed her child?
So let's see what
I mean, it's kind of like, okay, you stole from us, but did she steal from them? Does she have to wait for them to take the garbage bag out to the trash bin and throw it in there before she can grab that bread?
No.
And the other thing is, like you said, she should have talked to the manager about it. But then again, maybe she was too embarrassed about it.
Yeah.
John said she overreacted.
Yeah.
Do you think she needed to be fired, John? Or maybe, I don't know, slap on the wrist thing type deal? I don't know what they would do in a restaurant,
Yeah.
Jamie said the boss overreacted. The bread was going to be thrown out. Yeah, and that's what we're saying. But then again, like King says, okay, and Robert says, this isn't her business. Can she take the bread without asking, even though you know, or should she have gone to the manager first and said, "Hey, can I take this bread since it's going to get thrown out?" Maybe that would have been a good thing to do. You know,
Yeah, in this case, I don't think she should be fired. She should just, they need to communicate this through, like, okay, ask us.
yeah, and I can see that, but
I mean, has she had a history of just taking bread every Friday home for a whole, as long as she's been there?
who'd it hurt? It's still going out in the trash every Saturday night. It goes to the trash.
Yeah.
So if she took it every Saturday night, it wouldn't bother me at all.
Yeah, and it's something, she could, they can communicate with her, talk to her about, what's going on.
Well, and that's the other thing is the other waitresses. I don't know how many work there. The other waitresses, could they use the bread also? So maybe it's a thing too, where maybe what she needs to do instead of firing her is sit down with everybody, say, "Look, I know Saturday night the bread gets thrown out. If anybody needs it, how about we do something about who needs it? Raise your hands every Saturday night. We'll split the bread up between us." Um, and John says give her a writing warning. Also says give it to whomever needs it most. Well, if they all need it, you could split it up somehow. I don't know how much bread it was.
Yeah.
Jamie says, I think if there are protocols, let me bring this stuff. I keep forgetting I got this. I think if there are protocols in place, she should have asked, and if they said no, then at least she would have known the answer. If she had swallowed her pride and just asked about, and they said yes, then they would have a better idea of the situation. Yep. Yeah. And, but John says, my brother-in-law has a bread store in the mountains. It's good, John. Now all you need is a peanut butter and jelly shop around the corner. You're golden. But but I also think that the owner overreacted by firing her. She could have looked at this situation and said, what can I do positive about this situation? Because if she, especially if the waitress was a good employee, you don't want to lose her.
Oh, because it takes time and money to retrain someone again.
Right. So, I think the owner should have took her time on this a little bit more and said, how can I make this a positive? How can we, if the lady's been no problem, doing a great job waitressing on tables, being at work on time, all this good stuff, then she could have turned this into a positive, said, okay, let's sit down and talk about this and talk with the other waitresses and say, who else needs stuff? Because what else are they throwing away? They're they're just talking about bread here.
Yeah.
Maybe at the end of Saturday, there's a whole bunch of meatballs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That, hey, okay, you take it home tonight. You got to eat this tonight.
Yeah. And it's better to probably the employees that take it, because the reason they technically throw it out is because of liability. Even if some send it to the homeless, but the restaurants are worried about liability. Like, oh, if we give the food leftover away, someone eats it, gets sick, hospital, they might come and sue us.
Didn't that happen a couple of years ago? I thought I read something about that. Yeah. When the homeless shelters, the food got food poisoning or something.
Yeah. So there's that little eeriness that I've heard from people that work in restaurants. It's like, really?
Yeah, that's why they'll stop donating old food.
Yeah. So, like, even McDonald's, they throw out food every night. So I'm just like, look, can I just come around the back and you never saw me?
Yeah.
How you wear a ski mask? Okay, here, dump it in. Well, of course, I'm a suspect and stuff, but
Right. But I mean, I think there was overreaction, and yes, the lady should have been up front with the manager or something. Um, but maybe she didn't ask the manager because she already knew the answer was going to be no.
yeah.
Maybe she knew. Maybe this lady is a tyrant, or something like that.
And she was scared to ask.
Yeah. So Jamie said she could have said, "Hey, you can't take bread without asking, but how can I help you? What resources can we provide so you can get more than bread?" Then give her a food pantry number. I don't know what that is. Or organization that helps with that stuff.
Yeah, there's food pantries because my buddy would like say, King, every Tuesday and every Thursday, this is when I'm in LA. He goes, yeah, come here and it's show up and they'll give you a box of food.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because during the pandemic, that's what was happening because, with all that little stupid shutdown, everyone buying everything out. So my friends would call me when I was back home in the States, say, King, Tuesday, go here. Friday morning, go here, bring your car, and they'll put a box of food in your car.
Wow.
Yeah, you could actually literally get free food. There's actually food banks where anybody can just show up and get food.
Well, do you know where the food comes from, though, or is it canned food and stuff? Is it already cooked stuff, or is it like canned?
No, it's mostly it's like canned stuff.
Oh, okay.
Or technically supposed to be fresh fruit right away, but you never know.
Yeah.
Some chips.
But that's what I think too. Is that the owner overreacted, got carried away. She thought the woman was stealing from her instead of sitting down and talking to her about it. I mean, I guess it sounded like she did. Going back to the story here. Yeah, so like she said, she felt the employee stole from the shop and asked the manager to fire her. She did confront the employee that took the bread. The employee apologized and explained that she was a single mother, wasn't making enough to make food stamps. Now, that doesn't make any sense to me. She wasn't making enough to make food stamps. Is there how much do you got to make food stamps?
No, you have to make under.
That's what I thought. This says she wasn't making enough to make food stamps.
Yeah. Because the reason I know is like during the pandemic when I went home to the States, one of my buddies is like, "Hey man, call this number." I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "Hey man, you can get food stamps." He goes, "If you're in," because most of my income sometimes some years it's way more in overseas, and sometimes my income is in poverty level.
Right.
Because I'm earning Korean won instead of US. And
Yeah,
like, you'll qualify, King. Go do it.
I was going through that during the pandemic doing this. As a matter of fact, everybody kept saying, "You can go draw." I said, I don't. As long as I got enough to eat, I'm all right.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's what it is. EBT. They'll give you a card, and then even if you don't spend it, they'll roll it over too. So, but you just got to apply everything. And then, of course, my buddy told me the process. Like they try to dissuade you, so don't sit there and take their crap.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah, they don't want you to have this stuff. They'll try to like gaslight you during the interview. He was even breaking down the whole process to me. So sometimes that's another issue. Most people when they're going for these EBTs, oh yeah, they get gaslighted a lot. Like you have to do this, you have to do that. But I just didn't need it, so I was just like, no, I don't need the crap. I got enough food at home. I got enough money to go to Target or wherever.
right.
And plus, I'm not going to be in the country, so it's going to be, well, not technically illegal, but it'll be money sitting there and not using it for what it is. So,
Right. Yeah, that I don't know.
yeah,
I don't
like,
never drawn it, so
yeah, I don't need that. I'm not that destitute. Like, no.
yeah, I think I'd probably go without instead of going.
Yeah.
John said, I quit my job before and was eligible for unemployment. She should call unemployment. Yeah, she'll probably get unemployment since she got fired. But if
Yeah.
that boss is smart, and if that lady was a good employee, if that boss is smart, she called the lady up the next day and said, let's talk.
Yeah. If that person had a consistency of doing his or her job, why do you want to get rid of that? You think it, oh, is it in the back of your mind like they're going to try to they're going to embezzle now?
Jamie said she might have been at the cutoff line for food stamps. So maybe
Yeah.
she was making too much money for food stamps then?
Yeah. That's probably why.
And John quit a truck driving job before to oil wells and brake lights did not work. I've heard them oil well truck driving jobs are really bad on your back and everything.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Yes.
it would be.
So, I'm hoping that this lady thought about it overnight or after she wrote this Reddit thing and said, let me call, if the employee was a good employee, I'm saying. If she was a good employee, I hope the boss decided, let me call her and let's talk. You know, because this matter of factly, she's taking freaking bread. She didn't take, first, it says on there, she didn't take nothing else. So,
She didn't take the whole 5-course meal.
right, so uh, I don't see what she was hurting anyway. Jamie says, I'm not on food stamps and I'm technically homeless. I just can't bring myself to apply.
Yeah.
Well, if you got enough money to live on, I guess you don't need to apply.
Yeah. And then, of course, some of the other mentality about that is like, no, we need to hit the government and screw them and, get what you can get from them. And I'm just like, yeah, but it doesn't help
Right.
our overall economy and,
Yeah, it's kind of strange situation, but I mean, like I know I thought I read something on one of the uh, comments too that they were asking, why are they throwing out the food? Why are they not? But you guys answered that already. A lot of food banks and homeless shelters don't want that stuff.
yeah,
I guess it's too risky these days or something. But and I understand that.
yeah.
So
I, yeah, I used to
anyway,
have
go ahead.
yeah, real quick. Yeah, I used to have a few friends that work at Taco Bell, McDonald's, so late night. They're like, "Gee, you want to come over?" I'm like, you got off? Wait, you just got off shift, huh? I take it you got something for me, huh? He goes, "Yes, I do. Get your ass over here."
Well, hey, I can tell you a story. Hang on just a minute. Hang on, I got it. It's pouring rain here all of a sudden. I got to shut something up. I'll be right back.
Okay. Uh, all right, it's you and me, Robert.
Yep.
How about all of our teams losing today,
That's terrible.
except for Brett?
Yeah.
I'm yelling out Brett's name like, Brett, your Mariners, you're the only team that won out of our whole YouTube community. We're all losers today.
Yep. It's terrible.
Yeah. So technically, yeah, everyone's a loser on this panel, regards to our MLB team.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
The
Let's
Red
see
Sox
here.
lost.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on a second.
Okay. All right. The comments here, John. My sister used to bring some cheese food home all the time. Yeah. That's a good deal sometimes. Like, all right, got dinner, got a midnight snack or breakfast in the morning. Of course, you don't really want to be eating Mickey D's Taco Bells for breakfast day in and day out. But yeah, all the cool stuff.
All right, thanks. Sorry about that.
All right.
Man, it's pouring rain all of a sudden.
Oh yeah, same here. I'm looking at the rain right now too.
My sister used to bring Chin's food home all the time. Yeah. Well, my stepsister used to manage a Taco Bell, and she
Yeah.
said, "It ain't hamburger that's going in those tacos. I can tell you that." That's what do you
Yeah.
mean? She says, "It comes in little bags, and it looks like little rabbit turds, and then you boil it up, and then it turns it into looking like hamburger."
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Jamie says, "I'm living off my savings. Just feels so weird to apply for food stamps when there's such you should work and wouldn't have to apply, but everyone's situation is different." Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, if
Yeah.
you can survive without it,
Yeah.
you know, that's all right.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
Jamie, did you hear about the flooding up there? About where you're moving to?
Tennessee.
Huh?
Let's see. Let's see. Johnson's up at Taco Bell, about half a block away.
Yeah, it used to be the go-to place after bar. You know,
Yeah.
heck, you could buy two. You could buy two tacos for $1 back then.
Good old days. Yeah. Now you're gonna be paying $1 plus just for one.
Yeah, and it's not as good. I don't know what they changed, if it's the bread or what, but it don't taste the same anymore. I just ate there last week or something. I had a couple tacos.
Yeah.
And I know the taco shells are not the same. Those are really, really,
Yeah. It's not like the good old days.
yeah.
Beef maxi melt ain't nothing maxi about it.
Well, there's talk about bringing back, like, what is it, the taco pizza or something? I guess they got rid of that.
Yeah. Well, it was the Mexican pizza.
No, Mexican pizza, okay.
Yeah, and I'm just like, okay. No
But
one ever really
They've already
buys
brought that
it.
back.
Huh?
they did.
Yeah, they already brought it back.
I mean, I like Taco Bell once in a while.
Yeah. I love my chalupas, but yeah, and they took away my Taco Bells here in Seoul.
They closed them down.
Yeah, we used to have 4 or 5 of them, and now they're gone. I'm pissed.
Huh.
Because my friend who's back in New York, she would go when she takes a trip to Seoul. I would say, "All right, man, bring a whole party pack of Taco Bell back. I'll even pay for yours. Bring it back."
Yeah.
And I would have a whole taco pack of Taco Bells because I don't get it every day.
Yeah, you get that box with what, 12 in it or something?
Yeah. So I was just kind of like happy to just have something from the States.
The only thing I didn't like about Taco Bell, they didn't have really a good dessert thing or anything. They had those cinnamon twists or whatever. I didn't really care for those.
I didn't care for that either.
You know, they should have some pies or something. But
That Taco Bell.
now, are you guys going through that over there, King, with the people not working?
No, people want to work here. There is subsidy here, but people actually want to freaking work here.
Okay.
It's not like the States where you have a lot of freaking bums at times, you know.
I don't know where these people are getting money, though. I mean, they've been, the pandemic was 2 years and it's going on 3 years now, and people are still not going back to work.
Yeah, even before the pandemic, I kind of knew how I could get all this stuff, but I never needed it.
Right.
Like, and even like as I mentioned, my buddy goes, "King, get the EBT card," and I'm like, okay. And then once you leave, just hand it over to a family member, and they can keep it going by spending it every month. I'm just like, it's like my family members aren't destitute.
And you get caught doing that shit, that's federal, though.
Yeah. And I'm just like, they're not destitute, okay? and then if I get caught, like, wait, you're overseas, who's using the card?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, I'm like Robert. I used when I worked at the bowling alleys in the off season, I would draw unemployment.
Yeah.
Just like Robert's off season, he probably draws unemployment. I never asked him, but I'm sure that's what happens. But and that's kind of tight. When you draw unemployment, you don't get your whole 100% of your check. So you only get a percentage.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was paying child support too.
Yeah. Only time you made more on unemployment during the pandemic.
Yeah. Well, I didn't. I didn't draw unemployment. My drivers did.
Yeah.
John says, I'm drinking Corona Extra with lemon. I'm scared of the bottle of Crown Royal. You still haven't drinking it yet, hey, John? All right. Yeah, but the little bag that comes in, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. The funny thing, speaking of like alcohol, Crown Royal in the States, they lock that crap up. So
Yeah.
you can't. Over here, that thing is like wide open. You just pick it up. Here's tea.
Now, do you got to be 21 over there to drink?
No, I think 19.
Okay.
Well, technically 18, but Korean age, international age, 19.
What was that?
Because, Korean age is different than our age. You're
Really?
a year and a half older here in Korea. That's why I don't go by Korean age ever.
What? How are they a year and a half older?
It depends when you're born. So if you're like 21 in Korean age, you're actually 20 in US. They follow a certain lunar calendar. So if you're born at a certain time, you could be 2 years old before you're even right when you're born.
So what's the calendar? Is the calendar like 15 months? Or?
No, it's 12 months. It said at what month you were born. I don't know because I don't want to deal with it, and I don't want to add another year and a half to my current age. So I don't pay attention to that. I'm like, screw it. Plus, I don't tell them my age.
Maybe they go by when you were made in the womb.
Yeah, something. But I just can't. Like, I can't explain it even if I did the create content. I'm not going to even explain that. Plus, I don't tell people here my age in Korea. I do that for a reason. So. But,
Hey, John, while I got you here, let me throw this other story at you, the first one. Let's see what you got to say about this, Mr. John Balut.
Yeah.
Let me bring it up again.
Retirement age here.
Come on. All right, here we go.
Yeah. But legality, Jamie, actually still go by a regular age.
All right, John Balut and Jamie. You see this guy walking right here? He's got a pair of green platform flip-flops on. And the reason why is because his wife was wearing them, but they had a mile to walk because they're on vacation, and they were hurting her feet. She said that they were afraid they would cause blisters. So he traded flip-flops with her. As you can see in her picture on the right here, she's wearing his. He is wearing her flip-flops, green. And people think it's a great thing that he did that for her. Now, he did not get blisters after the mile walk. But some people thought it was a great thing. It's got 850,000 views on TikTok. And some of the comments were, I don't even like men, but this is a perfect man. And this is what everyone should look for in a partner: secure, thoughtful, and loving. And another one said, every day my standards get higher. One said, this is so effing wholesome. I'm so happy for you. This is so attractive. You go. So, John, let me ask you, your wife, your girlfriend? Oh, he already said, huh? He said, I would walk barefoot. I'm a caveman. The first thing they ask when you get disability is if you ever been caught lying to get benefits. I told my brother, did you say not yet? So you would not wear her platform flip-flops, John? He says no way for me. Bought guys walk barefoot.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie, how would you feel if your man wore those platform flip-flops walking down the street for a mile? Is there other alternatives? Like me and King said, they're on vacation. Maybe they don't have their card. Probably use Uber or taxi wherever they are. And if let me bring that picture up closer for you. So as you can see, it's a cobblestone street. So maybe it's a walking street. I don't know, but I would probably say sit right here. Let me go get the car. Let me go get the taxi. But I'm not wearing those platform flip-flops. And I know King said he would not wear the platform flip-flops.
No.
And Robert also said he would not wear the platform flip-flops.
Yeah.
So John said no way for him.
Yep, I'm not surprised with John's answer. Yeah.
But John, you live in California. I mean, you'd blend right in, right? Or is that up in San Francisco?
He's in the place I used to live, good old Bakersfield.
Yeah. But if you lived in San Francisco, you could wear those and get away with that. So Jamie said that he did a sacrifice for his wife. Every woman wants that. I'd laugh and take pictures. It's no one's business what each couple does for the one. I would hope my mom would not wear them. Or her man would not wear them.
See, she made a great point right there.
So if they were, now she said that he switched shoes with her because she was afraid of getting blisters on her feet from wearing those. Now, how is she going to get blisters from wearing those shoes? They're open-toed, open heels, they're flip-flops. There are platforms, but they're flip-flops. So how do you get blisters on your feet from wearing flip-flops? Even if they don't fit your feet well, they're not going to cause blisters.
I was just wondering, did the guy actually like just say, "Hey, babe, let's switch"? Did he actually? I'm kind of curious about that.
Well, apparently I don't know if he brought it up or not. She didn't say that, but she did say in the story here, she said, shared adorable video of her husband wearing her lime green platform sandals while navigating a cobblestone street. In the clip, TikTok husband, who was also holding her tote bag, could be seen wearing the heeled sandals with a striped polo shirt, khaki shorts, and a belt. And then she wore his flip-flops, which were flat. When he switched, she says, when he switches shoes with you so you don't get blisters on vacation. So it sounds like he switched.
Oh, God, he switched?
It sounds like he brought it up that he would switch. But where would she get blisters from wearing flip-flops? I don't understand.
I'm just wondering if him being the type of guy he is brought it up, said, "Hey, babe, let me switch you so you don't get blisters." I want to know if he said something like that.
Well, John says people can do what they want. I would buy a pair of shoes for her. Yeah. Yeah, they're on vacation, maybe in that mile-long walk, because they said they had to walk a mile. There's got to be a shoe store or you can find flip-flops even in little convenience stores. If it's in the States here, I don't know where they're at.
Okay, and Yeah, it just makes me wonder who brought it up.
Yeah. She made it sound like he did.
Yeah, she made it like he did, and then she posts it. Number one, another aspect, even if this is not within the topic, I don't want this to ever be posted about me on that. Even if my identity doesn't show, I'm like, no, don't be posting this shit about me.
And John says, I'm secure wherever I go. I'm not confused.
Yep.
Jamie says, we get blisters at the back with platforms. Why didn't he call a cab or bring a car back? Well, yeah, but I mean, these are open toe, open heels. You know, they're not enclosed. Platforms get blisters at the back of the ankle and their pinky toe. These wouldn't do that, though, if they're open toed like that. Because all they are, from what I've seen on the pictures, is it's just like a regular flip flop. You have that thing that comes between your big toe and your second second toe. So it's not like it's squished in there. You know, and let me see if I can bring that picture up closer for you. It doesn't show very good, but I'm going to remove us guys for a minute here
All right.
so we can bring the picture in close. Maybe she just was tired of walking in them. Maybe she bought the wrong shoes for doing all the walking and he had to pay the price. It did say that at the end, it did say that he did not end up with any blisters on his feet from walking the mile in those shoes.
You know, Scotty, watching this article,
Yeah.
it reminds me of a Korean movie called My Sassy Girl.
Hey, Riley's.
Hey, Riley.
Where's your Riley guy at there, Kaylee?
There's that Riley guy. Yep, bam. But this reminds me of that movie. There's a scene in the movie where that chick makes that Korean dude, his actor's name is Cha Tae-woon. He's walking in a red pumps and he's being laughed at school. This is in college in Korea, and this is back in 2001. And then there was a remake of this in America, which they butchered the movie even worse. Same thing.
It doesn't say how long they've been walking, so I don't know if they walked a mile and then walked a mile back. It doesn't say. But either way, I mean...
Well, at least it's probably less embarrassing for this guy in the article. But for the guy in the movie, he was walking in the red pumps on the baseball field.
Oh, man.
How screwed up is that?
Was that a punishment thing for him or what?
No, it wasn't. She kind of baited him like, hey, I took a test today. She says I'm not wearing any underwear, but if you're a real gentleman, you would switch shoes with me. And like you know what he is, he did it. He's wearing her tennis. She's wearing his tennis shoes. He's wearing red pumps going, oh, my goodness.
That's worse than this guy.
Yeah, this guy in the green is better off than the Korean dude in My Sassy Girl, the movie.
Now, is this Bam or is this Mercy?
No, it should be... Okay, it's probably Mercy, because then Riley would probably say Bam. Or is it?
I don't know. Is it Mercy or is it Bill?
Yeah.
Either or. How about you guys? You guys got an opinion on this? If you can see this picture,
Yeah.
I'm gonna move us off of here so you can see it better. Would Bill do that for you, Marcy? Would Bill wear those high-rise flip-flops for you so your feet wouldn't get blistered? And I want to know how her feet would get blistered wearing flip-flops, because there's no way flip-flops blister anybody's feet.
Yeah.
So Jamie says at the end of the day, they are secured enough in their relationship to switch, and if that's what makes them happy, then who are we to judge? I just keep walking and go soak my feet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Blisters give character, shows how great of a time you had and the sacrifice. Next time wear better shoes. Yeah, that's just plain and simple. When you know you're going to do walking on vacation and you come out with platform flip-flops. Mainly, I think if I was the husband from the get-go, when she come out of the bedroom wearing those platform flip-flops to go shopping and we knew we had to walk a couple miles, I would have stopped her in her tracks before leaving the room and said, that's not going to work. And if you're still going to wear them, please don't say anything to me, because you're the one I warned you. But Mercy, do you think Bill would? I know Bill would change shoes with you because he loves wearing his wig. Maybe he would wear one of his wigs with those. I don't know.
Well, the wig will work, but the shoes might not, because his feet might be extremely large. So the shoe will probably break.
Well, and that's true. Like you said, this lady here is not a Filipino that we know of. So if you look at the back of his foot, it looks like the heel might be overlaid a little bit, but not much.
See, and look what Mercy said.
She's okay. So Mercy says, my husband wear US size 12 and I wear size 5. Bill couldn't even put his toes into my shoes. Yeah, but these are open-toed. These are just like flip-flops, except for they're elevated. So anybody could put their foot in that. It's the back part on the flip-flops that your foot would overhang from. And if you're wearing those platforms, that would really hurt because you're trying to walk. But she said her husband walked just fine. Everybody complimented her. And they're on TikTok, Mercy. Here's her name if you want to watch the video. She goes by the name of Adelia Laughs, Adelia Laughs on TikTok.
Okay.
So that's where the video's at. I haven't seen the video because I'm not on TikTok.
Right.
But if you look at his heel, they pretty much fit his shoe pretty good, or his foot. So either he's got small feet or she's got large feet. Because if you look at where her foot is, her toes are almost over the front there.
Uh-huh.
So she might have bigger feet than him almost.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, Mercy, all of us guys have said, no way, no way, no way we're wearing those things. Jamie says, I would hope I would have a husband smart enough to say, woo-ha, hon, you're not wearing the right shoes. Go change so you can be comfortable. And just in case we do something different, that requires. And most people use backpacks these days. So why not? Okay, why don't you put them in your backpack? So if we go to a nice lounge or bar, if you want to put them on there to look nice, that's fine. But wear regular shoes for the walking part. Now, I'm not a flip-flop guy. So I wouldn't even be wearing flip-flops myself. Because if I would wear tennis shoes, but I'm not wearing flip-flops.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially over there, you're going to see there'll be more people wearing flip-flops than shoes.
Right. And I get that. But I noticed some of the expats talking about they still wear their boots and stuff.
Yeah. Well, same here. I always wear my shoes because, in my case, I'm walking like crazy.
Well, and the boots I buy are hiking boots. They're not work boots or anything. They're hiking boots, so they're made for walking.
Yeah. So
Jamie Jamie said same thing. I don't wear flip flops, period, even at the beach.
Yeah. Yeah. So Jamie will be just fine if she ever makes it over here. But everything, walk, 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 walk.
Well, what size shoe do you wear, Jamie? So Mercy wears a size 5. I'm going to
Yeah.
assume that's a female U.S. size.
Yeah. Hers might be big, maybe 6. I don't know.
Bill wears a size 12. I wear a 10.5. My feet are small, I guess.
7 and 5/8.
But look at, I mean, that woman's feet has got to be big, or his feet have got to be small, because, like I
Yeah.
said, his heel is barely, not even hanging over.
I'm sorry, but how big is that woman?
Well, that's the other thing, because so at the end of the story
Tall?
here,
Is she tall?
I don't know. It doesn't say. All she says here is that they posted let's see, where is it? They posted another video before.
Okay, Mercy answered that question.
So this is not the first time that she has praised her partner on TikTok. She previously expressed her gratitude for her husband in a video shared last month, in which she shared her happiness over finding a partner who accepts her body the way it is. So I'm assuming she might be a little overweight by saying that.
Yeah.
So Jamie says she wears a size 7 and 5/8.
Yeah.
Am I not?
Something like that.
My husband want to do stuff like that for me. Won't.
So
He won't
Jamie's wearing the size of my hat.
So she's saying here, my husband won't do stuff like that for me. Okay.
She
I
says,
thought
hell
Bill
no.
would.
She said, bam, hell no.
Maybe carry me or rescue me when I'm
Yeah.
drowning. Nothing like that. So he wouldn't wear those flip flops for you. Wow.
Nope.
Even if he had his wig on, he wouldn't wear those.
That'll be the only exception to the rule.
Yeah. If he had the
But-
wig on, he would wear them then.
Yeah. But to carry or in drowning, yeah.
Now my thought is, hey, you're the one that decided to wear them. And like I said, it depends on where you're at. If you're in the States, I know you can go, especially if you're on vacation, you're probably by the water. So somebody said no way. Oh, he would just wear the wig, but not the shoes. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. Now, Scotty, I'll be careful, so I'll keep it YouTube sensitive. Okay, a bunch of dudes looking at this. It looks bad.
Yeah, I don't. That's what I'm.
But like when Mercy says, like, yeah, Bam would, like carry me or save me from drowning. If she posted that about that, all us dudes would be like, right on. You're
Yep.
a man. That's what a
Right.
man's supposed to do, right on. Good job. Bam, Riley, I'd be giving them mad effing praise.
Right.
This, I'm just like, okay, all right, whatever. I just shake my head, let it be what it is. It's what they're comfortable with.
Now, one other thing they brought up was viewers were also saying, well, and he walks really good in those shoes. He looks really good in them, and he's walking very well in them. So I haven't seen the video myself, like I said, so I don't know. But this is what the viewers were saying in some of the comments. They also were complimenting him because he carried the heavy bag, the tote for her, which is fine. I had no problem with that.
Yeah.
But I'm not wearing those shoes.
Yeah. Or I would have rather she post like, my man helped me carry the heavy stuff. As a bunch of guys, we'd be like, yeah, good.
Yeah. Now I'm sure Mr. Bill would probably carry the big heavy tote for Mercy.
Yeah.
Jamie says, I don't even have a man to carry me to bed. Well, it's not that far of a walk, I don't think.
Mhm. Yeah, it's
just a funny story that I came across, and I thought that's just,
yeah,
I would not, I mean, and you look at the road, it's a cobblestone road, but it's not, even in the summertime, that cobblestone doesn't get that hot. It's not like walking on asphalt or cement. It's probably the coolest road you can walk on because it's really dirt. It's just bricks and dirt, so it keeps it cool. And I would say walk in your bare feet. Take the shoes off. If we walk into a store, put your shoes back on. But where, maybe you know Mercy, but Jamie, I mean, I still don't understand the blister thing because you're talking. All it is regular flip flops. It's all wide open except for the toe tongue and maybe the little part that comes across. Where are you going to get blisters from? What is going to cause blisters on your feet? I don't understand. What would cause blisters on your feet is if you were walking barefoot on asphalt. Now you'd get blisters.
Scotty, I'm making an observation on this picture. Which one is the next to the street? Which sidewalk points next to the street? Which one is not the street?
I don't know. I don't know if either one is the street or if they're the sidewalk. But it said on the thing, on the report here, it says, says here, while navigating a cobblestone street. So I'm assuming it's kind of like one of those, like maybe up in Maine.
Okay, but is the street on the right side of that brick road, or is the street on the left of that cobblestone?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because
It's all cobblestone. All of it is. So I'm assuming that is like a walking street. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like up in Maine somewhere.
so there's no streets where cars are driving by.
I don't think so.
So it's just like a walking street, like in Spain, where there's no streets, no cars can come through there.
Yeah, and I don't know. I honestly don't know on this. It doesn't say.
Only reason I'm bringing this up is, when I'm walking a chick, do you know what side I always try to go on?
The street side.
Yeah. It's amazing some guys don't even know that.
Yeah.
So I always try to, some of the chicks go, what are you doing? I said, hey, I'm going to be on the outside. She goes, what? Okay, if a car comes on, it's going to hit me first and before you. My job to protect you if that car comes.
Right. Yep. I was taught that at a young age by a girlfriend.
A lot of guys are not even taught that. I didn't even know that till later in my life, till I start hanging around guys. I'm like, oh, yeah, King, man, if you walk her, get your ass on the outside part. So that's why I'm kind of like observing this, wondering which one.
Well, they're not walking next to each other. They're just two different pictures, so it's hard to say.
Yeah.
But he's walking. There's a cutoff right there, like.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, I'm kind of assuming it looks like a sidewalk where where he's walking.
Yeah.
Just looking at the background of the picture a little bit.
Yeah, or maybe if it's a 3rd Street promenade, like I know you haven't been to California, it's like Santa Monica. Everything's a walking street with malls on both sides.
Huh. So Jamie says maybe the shoes rub under her skin in the wrong way and cause blisters. Some material on shoes in the heat can cause blisters, even open toe.
Yeah.
Well, apparently they didn't fit her right. So apparently when she bought the shoes, she had no idea what she was doing. Apparently she just loves the color lime green and didn't care if the shoes fit her or not. That's what I'm thinking. So just my experience, but now I'm going to do a video of that someday. Okay, do a video of that someday. So Mercy says, I have the calluses on my feet, can't have a blister at all. Huh. Kingly, I have no issues with you protecting me if you walk me to karaoke in Korea. Yeah, and he's going to have to because from watching him when he walks, the way them cars park over there,
The way those cars come and the honking, excessive honking.
but I just found it interesting and thought I'd get some opinions. And I just know I would not be caught walking with those platforms on. I don't care what color they are, but lime green sticks out for one thing. Lime green sticks out like a sore thumb. So, I question her husband just for the fact the way he's dressed too.
Well, I don't. What I'm gonna tread lightly here because
That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to do.
What this YouTube cancel and this cancel cultural or cultura, I'm gonna put another language, and it's I mean, I'll tell you this: she won.
Yeah.
She got the ring, but the question is, I mean, I hope they're happy, and from the man's point, I hope he's happy, but you know.
Well, the way she put it sounded like he offered to do this. Now, did he offer to do this to shut her ass up?
Yeah, Carrie. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some more.
And they're matching.
My workout up. That's all right. I got to work.
Yeah.
Got to do more push-ups for myself. I'm not saying
what's matching.
Her clothes and his.
Yeah.
Oh, her dress kind of matches his shirt, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's kind of like this in Korea, you know. You know, in Korea they have like same couple dress.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like if I'm wearing a Kai Soto jersey with Kai Soto shirts, then the chick will wear the Kai Soto same exact match.
Really?
What it means is like we're a couple, and basically, whose idea is that? It ain't the dude's idea. I'll tell you that right now.
Jamie said, "Start doing push-ups."
Yeah, already got 200 of them. But yeah, so, but yeah, I'm just like, yeah. Because I know I talked to some of these couples here in Korea, and yeah, they have a whole collection of these same match couples to the exact T: shoes, socks, sweats, jeans, etc. And I know it has nothing to do with the guy.
Are they wearing the T-shirts? She wears the one that says "I'm with him," and he wears the one "I'm with her."
No, it's not to that extreme. It's the same exact. It's like having two Kate Cunningham jerseys. You know, or two did it. Michael Jordan. I wear 23. She wears 23. So it's a couple clothing. Sometimes you see this in the Philippines because if a Filipino is on the K-pop and then she might be dating a Korean dude, possibly. I've seen that in the Philippines.
Huh.
So I'm just like, holy moly, just when I left the Korean K-pop world, oh, it's here in Cebu. I was like cracked. I almost couldn't hold myself when I was in Ayala Mall, saw this. I'm like, what the heck? And I had to like look closely at the girl because I was thinking she was Korean because it's more of a Korean couple thing, but she was actually a Filipina. I was like, holy moly.
So he talked her into it.
Possibly. I don't know. Yeah. Like in America, the only time maybe a chick wears a safety and guide is like, you know, you're a sports team, but you're only wearing the top. Maybe both of you are wearing a Detroit Pistons jersey or Detroit Lions jersey. That's it. But
well, a lot of times, even a husband and wife have a different team. You'll see a husband wearing a Detroit Piston and she's wearing the Chicago Bulls or something.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's only the extent. Like if I'm in the States, take, you know, they have Dodgers, I have a Dodger chick wearing Dodgers with me or something.
Well,
You know?
especially, I mean, if you're going to a game too. I
Yeah.
mean, if you're not going to a game, it's kind of
Yeah.
weird to go grocery shopping.
Yeah. So it's just like, but yeah, I've at times in Korea, I'm just like, let's get married. They really solidify yourself. They're a couple, but it's mostly the girl wants to let everyone know this guy's mine.
Well, the one Filipina that I met here in the States before always talked about, well, you have to hold my hand. Is that a thing in Korea too, where they have to hold hands while they're walking?
Not forced. Not that it's forced.
From what I understand, Filipinas are big on that.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of
Mercy, maybe you can agree or disagree with that, but from my understanding is Filipinas are big on that.
yeah. Well, I'll tell you this: like in the States, I'll be more hesitant, you know, but in Southeast Asia, you could easily do it on the first date right off the bat. You know what's up.
But do they make the guy hold their hand then?
Hell no. No one's made me hold.
I guess I
Yeah,
got tricked.
actually, my ex, yeah, she didn't even really like to hold hands in public. So I was like, oh, right, whatever.
Also, they don't like to, like if you're walking in a park or something, they don't like to snuggle, cuddle, or kiss in public and stuff.
Well, that's just for probably most of Asia. You don't see people. You see hand holding a lot, but it's a rarity. Like in Thailand, the only thing I saw like a couple like hug each other in the subway. You know, white Farang guy and Thai chick. I was like, oh, okay. Other than that, rarity. But you'll see just hand holding as the couple. That's it.
Huh.
Nothing like too affectionate.
I mean, like here, you could go down to the park. You see a couple laying on a beach towel together.
Oh, I see more in the States.
Right.
And when I see in Asia, I'm like walking by, and I swear to God, the guy's got the chick laying on a picnic table going at it. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Really? Couldn't get a room? Couldn't go inside your car at least? Or pitch a tent up?
Apparently, he didn't have a car and didn't have no money for a room. That's yeah.
Okay, I even went to Dodger Stadium, you know, and I'm just walking, but the problem is, you know, the SUV's in my line of view. I see it shaking. The window pops up, and the couple's going at it. I'm like, okay, I did not want to see this.
What's that? Don't come knocking, or what is that?
Yeah.
Don't come,
I'm trying to go to
don't come knocking
to
if
the
the
gate.
fan is rocking.
Yeah, because I'm rarely late, but this one time I was like, I didn't arrive till the third or fourth inning. Not my fault, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's people that say they've done it in baseball stadiums and football stadiums, and
Yeah.
I don't. Even on an airplane, I don't know how two people would fit in the bathroom if that's where they go.
Yeah, even if they're thin.
Yeah, I mean, because that bathroom is just big enough. It ain't even big enough for me to go in there. Last time I remember, I don't know if they make them bigger now or not.
Actually, the one on Korean Air's a little bigger on some of them, which was nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I always get the area where I'm near the bathroom because like, in the seat where I'm at, there's like 3 bathrooms, so I never have to wait.
Really? 3 bathrooms?
Yeah, there's like 3 bathrooms in the back of the tail.
I don't think I've ever been on a plane that big. I don't think I haven't flown since the 80s. So.
Yeah, you gotta fly Korean Air.
Well, Robert says I got to fly. What is that?
Or even Emirates.
Yeah, Emirates.
Yeah, these airlines, and plus when you fly in Asian airlines, you don't have to walk on eggshells with the flight attendants.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, I don't want to deal with a Western Karen flight attendant, and I go, hey, I need you to wait that turn. I had one yell at me, and I'm just like, oh, when am I going back to Korea? When am I flying Korean Air again? That's why sometimes I'd rather deal with the male flight attendants. I'm actually now more happier dealing with a lot more male flight attendants.
Well, I guess I've never had one, so.
Yeah, I mean, flying domestically sucks. Like I like Delta. Plus, I was next to a big male flight attendant, so most of the times I was just like, "Dude, can I please?" He goes, "Yeah, make it quick." Or he goes, "Can you hold it?" He didn't talk to me like a screaming Karen.
Right.
He was respectful, and I had a good time. It was a great experience flying Delta with that male flight attendant. And I'm not saying that all female flight attendants are pieces of what, but there's that occasional Karen that loses her mind. And I'm just like, yo, chill.
Now, international flights, do they always have meals on there?
Yes.
Are they good meals?
Well, Korean Air is pretty good. Of course, it's the same 3 meals because I've already flown Korean Air a billion times, just like Robert flies Emirates.
Right.
But they're still much better than what I would get on Southwest with a little snack. Well, we don't even get anything on Southwest.
Yeah, I don't think they give out peanuts anymore.
Yeah, you gotta play. Please, can I get some snacks, please?
But those guys don't usually do international flights, so anyway, do they?
Now, Jamie, on Korean Air, you get like sometimes the bulgogi, rice, kimchi, and then you get the eggs, and soup, meal, seaweed soup. You get a pretty decent meal. It's not the super greatest, but it's better than most American domestic airlines.
Robert, what do you get on Emirates?
They have everything on Emirates. I get pizza and stuff like that. It's got pretty good meals on there. Chicken, steak.
But you fly business class, don't you?
Just different things. I like Emirates meals.
Yeah, you fly business, so.
Yeah.
So is it
They have
different?
that down it back in the economy too.
Some of them have like suites. Like you could sleep in a suite, like Singapore, Cathay, and even Korean Air. You can get a suite, and it's like a room, like a hotel
But the
room.
food economy's good too.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard of those capsules at the airports over there. So, like, if you have a long layover, I think you rent. It's like a capsule. You can rent it. It's got a bed and might even have a TV in there.
Yeah. I usually just do the Korean Air Lounge because I use like 4,000. Because instead of trying to accumulate miles, if I use them, I pay 4,000 miles, go to the lounge. So if you remember, I live streamed from there one time.
Right.
And
Yeah. It's like Robert and his Emirates lounge.
Yeah, so I just go to the lounge. Like when I'm coming back to LA, I'll go to the airport like 6-7 hours early. I don't think because of the lounge, and I'll just go sit in the lounge, do my computer stuff on there, and then I could take a shower. There's a shower and everything.
Huh. Well,
So
okay.
it's a good deal. Like if you do like Korean Sky, because I have Sky Pass too. So I usually don't like getting credit cards, but I have a credit card with Korean Sky Pass.
So you said you have to use points to use the lounge?
Huh?
You said you have to use points to use the lounge?
Yeah, so I have like a Sky Pass with Korean Air. I have a credit card with Korean Air.
Can you use points to buy something to drink or eat in the lounge?
No. If you get the lounge, everything to drink and
Lounge
eat
is free
all
food
free.
and drinks.
Oh.
Everything is free. Like sometimes I'll pack some of the food in, even if I'm not supposed to do that.
Now, is it like a buffet then?
Yes.
Thanks for coming, Jamie.
Yeah.
Have a
Thanks,
good
Jamie.
night.
Bye, Jamie.
Yeah, so sometimes I would just go and,
Huh.
grab a few things without them knowing, like grab a few waters because you need water on that plane because I don't want to be begging them for water.
So it sounds like Korean Air is similar to Emirates.
Yeah, they're high quality airlines, along with like Singapore, Japan Air.
Now, what do you have a certain airplane that you like to fly? Like Robert fly? I can't remember what Robert. What is it you fly? The
380.
A380.
A380.
Yeah, the A380. Mine depends. Like it's different. My planes from going from LA, America to Seoul is different. I like the smaller planes when I go to Philippines.
Well, it's not that long of a flight to the Philippines for you, is it?
No, it's only 4 hours to Cebu or 4 hours to Manila.
And you don't even get a meal on that one.
Yeah, we do.
Really?
They actually gave us 2 meals on that one. Thinking of
So if you fly in the United States for 4 hours,
no, it takes about 10 hours. So we get 2 meals and a snack.
no, I'm talking about from. Let's say you fly from LA to New York.
Yeah,
And
I
it
think
take-
you'll get one.
Let's say it takes you 4 hours. You think you're going to get a meal in the United States?
No, U.S. system sucks. I hate flying domestically in the U.S. I'm just always like, all right, I need to hurry up and get over there. And then of course in the U.S. you got to worry about, is my flight going to get delayed? Am I going to get thrown off the plane because they overbooked and they say we need you to vacate?
Well, and over here too, there's been so many people getting thrown off airplanes or causing delays and causing the plane to turn around and come back. It's like, man, I don't even want to fly around here, you know.
Yeah, and over here we're not going to have that problem.
Now, where can you get Korean Airlines? Is it just out of the West Coast, or can you get over off the East Coast too?
East Coast, well, because it has direct flights to Atlanta. If you saw OMJ just went from Philippines because he ended up in Incheon Airport because they lay over in Korea. Because I told him like, hey, I know exactly where you are. You're in Terminal 2 because I put in this comment.
Right.
And then he says I'm headed to Atlanta because they have direct flights to Atlanta since he lives in Mississippi.
So they were in the Philippines, and they flew from the Philippines over to Korea.
Mm-hmm.
How long were they in Korea for?
No, I don't know. It might be a couple hour layover, and then
Okay.
because the layover now is either in Japan or Korea to go to Philippines.
Yeah, because you don't want to go to Hong Kong or anything anymore, right? Because you got to fly around all that crap now.
Well, it's funny. Like if you leave from Australia, they'll end up going to Singapore and then back to Philippines. That's what happened to Kai Soto.
Really?
Yeah, because Kai Soto could easily afford a first class ticket home to Philippines.
Right.
But unless he had some business in Singapore that I know about. But he ended up in Singapore.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, and he's coming back. Not to go off, but yeah.
I'm waiting to see what happens in the next year with airplane tickets. I mean, because right now, even if I could go over there, it ain't worth the cost. Oh my God. It's like tripled what it was or doubled.
Yeah.
And it was expensive enough back then.
Yeah. So it'll cost me double when I go to Cebu, $500 compared to $250 for round trip.
Right now, it'll cost you that?
Yeah. But
what does it normally cost you before?
$250. Korean Air. And Cebu Pacific is way cheaper, but I don't want to fly Cebu Pacific if I don't have to.
Not that good?
No, because it's going to be very uncomfortable to sit in that airplane on Cebu Pacific going from Korea to Cebu. I'd rather be comfortable.
Oh, it's a smaller plane?
Yeah, because I've flown on those to go to all these other cities.
Yeah, is that what you take, like when you go from Cebu to Manila or something?
Yeah.
Is it just a small plane?
Yeah, I just go Cebu Pacific or Cebu, whatever. a Cebu go is what they call it, and then and I can deal with it because 45 minutes is nothing. So it's like 45 minutes. Up, I'm already in CDO. Up, I'm already in Davao. I just fly. I'm not gonna take the ferry boat because I don't want to be on the boat for 14 hours.
14 hours. Oh, God.
Depending where you're going, yeah. So, like the fastest is going from Cebu to Bohol. That's only 2 hours on ocean jet.
And plus, those ferry boats, you always hear at least one of them catching fire or something every year, it seems like.
Yeah, yes and no. I've been lucky.
You've taken a ferry boat?
Yeah, I went. Well, I didn't take ferry. I took an ocean jet, a fast boat,
Okay.
because I went to Sikihor one time. So I had to go to Bohol first for 2 hours, then take an hour boat to Sikihor.
Huh.
So I got the lucky.
So have you been to where Riley's and POD lives?
No, that's my next on the bucket list. Go to Davao. So I haven't been to that part. So I have other places to go to. So if I was going to do a 59-day trip, I would have to plan it strategically. First week, Cebu. Next week, go to, I don't know, Iloilo. Next week, go to Davao.
You said you're not going to go probably till at least next September, right?
Right now, that's the plan because the basketball World Cup finals are there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still got Thailand on your radar for January?
Yep, and if not, I'll just push it.
What will stop you from going to Thailand in January?
If some other work stuff come up.
How's the plane tickets to Thailand right now? Are they pretty high, or is it
Yeah, about $700.
round trip?
Yep. So
That's the other thing. I much as I'd like to go over there now, I have no problem waiting because everything's got to come to a conclusion or something pretty soon. And now China's talking about blowing Pelosi out of the air. She left, I guess, today or yesterday.
Yep. I don't think they'll do anything to her.
I don't either because everybody's watching some of the videos of the senators and stuff. They said if they do this, they said that's going to be World War III. They said we'll have no choice. If they blow an American, no matter if you like her or not, the job that she does, and if they blew her out of the air, we would have no choice.
Yeah. Well, for the eye of the media, like, okay, if they're gonna do something to her, they'll do it quietly, and then people are like, "Where's Pelosi?" And then we're not sure, and then the media's gonna spin it, and then U.S. is gonna still want to avoid war.
Yeah, but when you kill the Speaker of the House,
Yeah,
I don't see how you can do that quietly.
I could see them still doing a backdoor thing to go to war backdoor, but said, "Oh no, they could still spin it and go, well, Pelosi's just missing." Even if she did get blown out, she could have possibly got blown out of the sky. There's like, no, Pelosi. And then they're just keeping it quiet so we won't have a hysterical panic.
I don't see how they keep it quiet. Not with social media these days. I don't see how they'd be able to do that.
Yeah, but
But
we got that crazy mainstream media that can pull anything off these days. So it wouldn't surprise me if it went to that extreme.
well, listen, I know you got a stream coming up. What time is yours? You got another live stream coming up. What time is that?
Yep, that's about 5.5 hours at 7:30 my time, 6:30 Philippines, 3:30 West Coast, 5:30 Central, and 6:30 Eastern in the morning.
So you could go for another 5 hours.
Well, he's got to get some rest too.
Yeah, I just gotta get all my things done.
Right. All right. Well, Robert, what you got coming up? Anything?
Nah, nothing.
Are you awake today? The
Yeah,
king,
I'm awake.
the king have to wake you up?
Nah, I'm awake.
You're in a nice hotel. I think that helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's why he's falling asleep on us sometimes.
Yeah, too comfortable. Yeah, I guess everyone came and went on our chat, huh?
Yeah, guess they weren't too interested tonight, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But it was kind of interesting to talk about, because it's kind of weird. It's a weird story on both ends. That's why I looked at both of those stories. It's a weird story that this guy's walking down a cobble street, sidewalk or street, in green. I mean, why not put some flowers on there too? You know.
Yeah. Right.
But I didn't even notice that till Robert said that her dress matches his shirt,
Yeah.
which makes it even a little bit more weirder.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll shut her down and call it a night. And it's 1:30 here, almost 20 after 1, I guess. And
Yep.
get some sleep. And King will be coming on. I thought you said 5
5
hours.
hours. 5.5
In 5
hours.
hours, so it's 5 hours and 10 minutes. It's 2:20 right now, so 7:30 my time.
So 5 hours and 10 minutes will be 6:30 my time.
Yeah, it's 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Okay. Robert will be up.
Yeah, it's gonna be a physical game, but it's a subscribers mode only chat.
I forgot to do that again tonight. I was going to do that just to get practice doing it. So see if I did it wrong last time and I forgot. But
That's why you practice, because you forgot to do it.
Yeah.
well, yeah. I mean, and then after seeing King get the bots coming over to say hello, I thought I should probably do it, but I didn't do it. So no
Yeah.
big deal though.
Yeah, and tonight we'll have Paulo Banquero's cousin playing tonight in the stream I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
Chris
what
Banquero.
two teams are playing?
I have the Malarco Bolts and then the San Miguel Ginebra Barangay. So these two teams have played. They're a big rivalry. So there's going to be some physical, possibly technicals and brawling, because this is the elimination game. Winner goes to the semifinals.
Hello, Annie Sales vlog.
Yeah. So
Thanks,
it could be, yeah. So it could be a barn burner tonight.
And this is New Zealand?
No, this is Philippines basketball.
Oh, Philippines basketball. That's right.
I mean, you could see the game, but you have to do all this BS. You would have to download the I Want TFC app, and then you got to VPN that thing that you're in another country, not US, because DirecTV has a contract with PBA.
DirecTV does?
Yeah, because I was like,
what are they in the Philippines?
yes, it's called Philippines Basketball Association.
No, I mean DirecTV is in the Philippines.
No, but sometimes they have DirecTV has contracts with all kinds of leagues around the world.
Wow. So
Yeah.
Ira King is doing Philippines basketball tonight at 6:30 her time, 5:30 her time.
Yep. And then I just subscribed to I Want TFC, so I have a 30-day free trial. So I'm going to cancel that bitch once, hopefully before Game 7 ends. So I don't have to pay $12.99.
So Philippines basketball is in their playoffs now?
Yeah. So the top two will go play the East Asia draw, which includes Korea, Japan, and Taiwan and China.
They're all in the PBA?
No, there's different leagues, but they have like a Champions League for European soccer.
Right.
They have one of those for Asia for basketball. It's called the East Asia Super League.
So Iris got a question for you there.
Yeah. What was she asking?
Philippine basketball, what teams?
San Miguel, Ginebra, Barangay, and Malarco Boats.
Glad you said that.
Yeah, because I was supposed to do one of those games till the Arenta Coliseum in Quezon City got on fire,
Oh, that's
and
right.
I had to cancel my stream. I was like, you freaking
So
people.
where is this one being played at?
This one will be at Mall of Asia.
Mall of Asia?
Yes, the biggest mall in the Philippines in
They have a
Manila.
basketball court in there?
Yes, they have a basketball arena that's used for basketball and concerts and comedy shows there.
Wow.
So you can't go wrong with Mall of Asia.
Says, G, my favorite Ginebra. Is that how you pronounce it? Ginebra.
Yeah, Ginebra.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's pronounced. The only reason I know to pronounce it, I've watched so many games, and the announcer goes, Ginebra, San Miguel Ginebra, Scotty Thompson for the 3. So there's a player named Scotty Thompson. His dad named him after Scotty Pippen.
Oh, really?
Yes. And then as I said, Chris Bancaro, cousin of #1 draft pick of, Duke, Paulo Bancaro. His cousin's going to be playing for Malarco. And then the coach for Ginebra, Tim Cohn, helped Eric Spoelstra with the Summer Ball League.
So does Philippine basketball, do they have anybody from other countries playing in there?
Yeah. There's some from Europe, but a lot of them are from the United States. A lot of Filipino Americans.
Huh.
Yeah, there's a lot of Filipinos. One time they had like Shabazz Muhammad over the summer who played for UCLA. He was averaging 42 points a game.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, they play 12-minute quarters. That's why.
Huh.
So, and all the broadcast is in English, Taglish, but it's mostly in English. So I could easily understand the broadcasters.
Cyrus says, yes, MOA is a huge mall in Pasay. Pasay?
Yeah, in Pasay, yeah.
Since my father's teenager, Ginebra is already a team.
Yeah, the Ginebra.
Now,
I like their uniforms.
Is this
Ginebra.
like, so is this the professional league, or is this like the college?
No.
Do they have college basketball over there?
Yes, they do. And what's been happening is teams from Korea has signed 6 Filipinos. So there's a lot of these players are doing declaring early for foregoing their senior eligibility to play in Korea. So
can they declare early, not for the PBA then?
Yeah, they can still declare early for PBA if they want. So
Okay.
they'll lose their amateur status. So there is a college basketball circuit in the Philippines, but it's too hard for me to cover all that. I don't have enough time and energy to do it.
Now, are these on TV then, the games?
Sometimes I catch them on YouTube. And Manny Pacquiao has a league with like 16 teams. He has a semi-pro league.
Oh, really?
So I could watch Manny Pacquiao league of teams of every barangay in Philippines. So I'm sitting here like San Juan, there you go. Cebu, Danao, parts of little barangays that are provinces. They got a team. I'm like, really?
And they're semi-pro.
Yeah, they're semi-pro, sponsored by Manny Pacquiao.
Wow.
So it's called the Manny Pacquiao Basketball League, MPBL.
So Ira says Ginebra is the original and very famous team in PBA.
Yeah, they're a powerhouse. Of course, the ones that are the Lakers and Celtics of the PBA is the San Miguel Beermen. They've won like 6 championships.
Now, how's their refereeing over there? Is it straight up or is it a joke?
It's whatever's. It's whatever's. I sometimes sit there. Wait, what call was that? I'm guessing. I'm always guessing. Like, okay, never mind. Oh, technical. Because I was watching the last game, so I'd be ready for the stream tonight, and I'm just like, technical? How come there's double technicals? The guy didn't do nothing. The other guy instigated the technical.
So, are these? You think the referees are trained very well, or is it?
That's whatever. Only thing I did look at the one of the female referees was cute. I was looking at her.
Well, they got a female referee.
Yeah, they got it. Well, now leagues are starting to push the agenda of putting female referees,
Right.
especially in the NBA. You already know there is. We have one in the NFL.
And I was reading something yesterday. A lot of people, some guy, he said he went all the way back in time at some of the top scorers in the NBA and stuff,
Yeah,
from now until back in time and stuff. And
Right.
he believes the 3-pointer ruined the NBA. What do you think?
yes and no.
Did it ruin it for everybody in every country?
No. I like the implement of the NBA, yes, but the part I hate about it is it's like the only go-to shot now, like the Stephen Curry's.
See, and I thought really when they first started doing it, I thought it's about, well, that way it gives some team that's behind a chance to catch up at the end of the game. But now everybody's shooting them all the time. Do you think
Yeah,
they
even
need to pull it back, make it longer, make it farther out?
yeah, it doesn't matter, but it's even the big 6'10" guys are shooting threes.
So do you think if they pull it back, make it farther away, it wouldn't do anything?
No. The next plan was to take away the corners and make it a 4-point shot or just a 3-point shot, but there'll be nowhere to shoot a three from the corner.
So they don't want to get rid of it then.
No, it's part of the game now.
How about making the court bigger?
They talked about that, but how much more bigger can you make it?
So Ira says the referees sometimes bias. They have their own bet. So even if it's not technical, they do a technical foul.
No,
So
yeah.
referees gamble on the game that they're refereeing. That sounds real logical.
Yeah, because there was one where Chris Carroll got a double, and he's like, "What?" And he left the bench. He checked out of the game, and they gave a double techno. And Chris had to come off and go, "Wait, what are you talking about?"
So that is the thing. The referees are gambling on the games they're refereeing.
They're supposed to not be, but how could you keep track? Because in the States and Korea, you're automatically fired because they have records. They could say, "Hey, show me records."
Right. Philippines, the third world countries, they don't keep track very well.
Yeah, unless you're international, because then you have to go through all kinds of crap. So if you're an international referee, you're not doing any of that because they will check.
And the regular refs probably don't get paid very well, especially in the Philippines.
Yeah. Well, and then here's a pissed off argument because I'm on all the PBA posts. So every time a player from Korea gets signed, majority of them says, "Congratulations, Rez Abando, congratulations. Go make your money in Korean basketball league." Then there's a quarter of them goes, "Oh, PBA needs to do this, huh? Look what's happening. They're taking our players. All these Koreans and Japanese are taking our players from us." And I'm just like, guys, is no different than a regular citizen in OFW going to work to make money. Come on, guys. Get over it.
Yeah, if you're going to get paid more over there, why not? You know.
And they get paid more in B League. You know, they get $22,000 a month in B League. The Ravena brothers, Dwight Ramos. Then all the new 6 Filipinos coming to Korea are getting $15,000 a month. But Korea wants to be competitive because Korea does not like Japan to be better than them.
Right.
So Korea is going to expand too, even if they should, I think. But Japan basketball is more on the map than Korea. Even if Korea's getting better at basketball, they're going to want to expand. So, I mean, the real move is not the truth of the matter is, oh, let's just sign Filipinos just to sign Filipinos. No, the real truth about it is expanding their reach, and especially they should have done this a long time ago. Which I think, why is it now that they're signing Filipino players? They should have done this like 10 years ago.
Right.
And the KBL could like be up to par along with B League, and then bring up the PBA, or the PBA could bring up the KBL. I mean, that's my global economic mentality. That's what I wanted to do if I was in that position.
Did Kai Soto ever play PBA?
No, but the joke is, okay, he's gonna come back to PBA. He'll be a star. Yeah, he probably would be a big star in PBA, but he ain't coming back to PBA till he finishes playing in Europe, playing in, the United States. Once he finishes his 10, 11-year, 12-year career, then he might come a year and play in PBA when he's ready to retire.
Right. So John Balut says, is games technically considered entertainment in USA so the referee can call whatever he wants?
Yeah.
Ira says, me either. I experienced when I was in high school, I try out in basketball women, but I quit because there's a tryout player is very rude, kicking my boobs just to get the ball for her to shoot. But
yes, and speaking of Philippine women's soccer, they just won the AFF gold medal cup.
Oh, really?
With out of 23, 19 are from the U.S.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and they'll be in the World Cup next year in Australia and New Zealand. So I'm gonna cover them if I can.
There's something going on still right now, isn't there? An Asian
what?
thing.
It's
Asian
over.
Games, or is it over now?
Yeah, Australia won it. Remember? Yeah, the last game. Oh my God, Australia almost effed that one up.
I didn't see none of it.
Yeah, like the last stream I did for the championship, Lebanon almost came and beat Australia. And Australia's number 3 in the world for basketball.
Wow.
But of course, they don't have Josh Giddey and Ben Simmons, Kyrie.
Right.
But yeah. But I think we went long enough. I think you're getting tired.
Yeah, I'm getting there. So we'll shut her down, and I appreciate you coming on, brother. It was good talking, and I thought it was interesting stories. Anyways,
Yeah.
Robert, thanks for coming up. I know
Yeah,
Robert's
thanks,
getting
Ed.
tired too, and we're all starting to get glazed eyes.
Yeah.
Guess we won't be up for King's live stream at 5 a.m.
You'll have to catch like the fourth. Just come and catch the fourth quarter. It'll be like, what is it? 8:30. It's 12-minute quarter, so it'll be long.
Yeah. But hey, thanks for coming, everybody. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And we're gonna sign off here. So
Yeah.
Ira, thank you. John Balut, thank you. Mercy, thanks for coming up. Tell your husband we all said hello, and get those green flip-flops out there so he can look stylish.
Yeah.
And Ira says, King, why don't you try and do volleyball streams here in the Philippines?
Yeah. I need access to them. That's another issue.
Yeah, that's the thing. We got to be able to watch what we're talking about. So if they're not on YouTube or on TV, it's hard to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks everybody for coming, and we'll see you next time. God bless you. Have a good day, good night, whatever the case may be.